If your fitness plan falls apart the moment you miss one workout, you don't need more motivation. You need rules for what happens next. These 3 rules are finally what helped me stop starting over. Yo, so what's going on? I'm Jake from Jkosh Fitness, and welcome to Lab Fitness. This channel is for people who are tired of constantly starting over. In the last few videos, I've talked about losing over 80 pounds multiple times, how ADHD affected my consistency, and why motivation was never enough to make the results last. But understanding the problem only gets you so far. At some point, you need something that you can actually do. So these are 3 rules I use when a workout gets missed, a meal goes off track, or life completely destroys your original plan, and none of them require you to feel more motivated. Before we get into the rules, we need to understand what actually causes the restart cycle. It usually isn't the first bad decision, it is the meaning that we attach to it. You miss one workout, and instead of thinking, oh, I just missed a workout, you think, here we go again, I'm falling off, or I knew I couldn't stay consistent. And once your brain decides that you have already failed, it becomes much easier to keep making that decision match that story. One missed workout becomes 3, and one unplanned meal becomes an entire weekend. And by Sunday night, you're planning a completely new life or new plan that begins Monday morning. I know that routine well. But the solution was not becoming someone who never made mistakes. It was learning how to keep one mistake small and not from snowballing. Rule 1, you've already heard, it's define your minimum win. Most fitness plans that you see will tell you what to do when everything goes correctly. You have the full hour, you slept well, your schedule stayed open, you have the energy or the drive, but that version of you on that day is never guaranteed. So before the difficult day arrives, decide what still counts on pushing you towards that goal. For me, a full workout might be an hour, but my minimum win could be a 20-minute hard workout. Could be 3 exercises. It could be getting on the bike. The specific action matters less than deciding it in advance, because when I'm tired, distracted, overwhelmed, I don't want to negotiate with myself for 30 minutes to an hour. I want a rule that I have to follow. Full day when I can, minimum win when I can't. And this is important. The minimum win is not an excuse to give minimum effort. It's a floor that stops you from falling all the way back to 0. If you can do the full workout, do the full workout. But if the alternative is doing nothing and disappearing for another week, protect the habit. Rule number 2 is never miss twice. I want you to be careful with this one. This does not mean life will always allow you to complete every second workout. You might be sick, you might be injured, you might have an actual emergency. The rule is not about punishing yourself. It's about interrupting the pattern before it snowballs. The first miss might be random. You worked late, you slept badly, something happened with your family, but after the first miss, the next decision really matters, because 2 missed workouts can become a week, and a week can become a story that you tell yourself about who you are. So my goal is not to compensate. I don't need to punish myself with an extra hard workout. I don't need to starve myself because I ate too much. I just need to return to the habit. Not perfectly, not aggressively, just be deliberate. The point is to prove one miss is an event. Repeated avoidance is what creates a new pattern. And never miss twice helps me interrupt that before it gets momentum. Rule number 3 is protect the next decision. This might be the most important one. After I made a bad decision, I used to mentally zoom all the way out. I would think about it the entire week or the entire month How much weight did I regain? And how long would it take to fix everything? And that made the situation feel enormous. So now what I like to do is I zoom in. I don't ask, how do I fix everything? I ask, what is the next decision I can protect? Not the perfect decision, the next one. If my lunch was terrible, what does dinner look like? If I missed this morning's workout, can I walk tonight? If today completely fell apart, what can I set up for myself to win tomorrow before I go to sleep? Maybe I put my gym clothes out. Maybe it's filling up my water bottle. Maybe I open the workout and choose the first 3 exercises. Maybe the next good decision is simply just going to bed. The rule stops me from waiting for a dramatic restart because progress is rarely saved by one huge decision. It's usually saved by the next small one. These 3 rules are effective when you use them together. First, define your minimum win. What gives you the easiest action when your original plan is no longer realistic or works for your schedule? Second, never miss twice. That stops one difficult day from quietly becoming an entire week. And third, protect the next decision. That keeps your attention on what you can control. So let's say you planned a full workout after work, but you get home exhausted 2 hours later than expected. The old version of me would skip the workout, feel guilty, eat whatever was easiest, probably stay up too late, and promised to restart again on Monday. The new approach looks different. I recognize that a full workout is no longer realistic for the day, so I complete that minimum win that moves me towards my goal. Just a controlled response. That is what consistency started to mean to me. Not never struggling, but responding better when I did struggle. Every time you use one of these 3 rules, you are doing more than completing a workout or choosing a meal. You're collecting evidence. Evidence that one mistake does not control the rest of your week or life. Evidence that you can return without waiting for motivation. Evidence that you can trust yourself when the plan changes. And that matters because confidence does not come from constantly telling yourself that you are disciplined. It comes from watching yourself respond. The identity I needed was not, I'm someone who never falls off. It was, I'm someone who comes back. I still miss workouts. I still have unplanned meals. I still get distracted. And I still have days when work, the business, and life completely changes the plan. But those days no longer automatically become another restart, and that is the difference. So here's what I want you to do. Take out your phone or a piece of paper and answer 3 questions. What is my minimum win? First, what is the smallest version of your workout or health routine that still counts towards moving you towards your goal? Make it specific, not do something. Maybe it's a 20-minute workout, a 10-minute walk, 1 balanced meal, or going to bed by a certain time. 2, how will I return? The second, if you miss a workout, what will your return look like? Decide before that miss happens. And third, when a day starts going badly, what is the next decision you can still protect? You don't need to solve your entire life tonight. You just need one next action. So if you keep starting over, stop building plans that assume you always feel focused, energetic, and motivated. Build rules for days when you don't. Define your minimum win. Never miss twice, and protect the next decision. You don't need to become perfect. You need to become harder at completely knocking off course. So tell me in the comments down below, What is your minimum win? And make sure you're specific. Maybe someone else reading it will realize their difficult day can be simpler. And if you are tired of constantly starting over, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's exactly what we're trying to build here. One decision, one day, one win at a time. I'll see you on the next one. And remember, win the day.